Hello and welcome everyone who have registered for this training. So this video is about like how to download R and R Studio. Okay, so it is actually very easy to download. Even I downloaded around like I don't know last time how years ago I downloaded, maybe around 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm just trying to using a YouTube video to check out how to download. So it's very easy. Okay, you can also check it out from YouTube. That how if for some reasons if you struggle to download it. Okay, like I'm using R Studio for desktop version, and I recommend you to download R Studio and R. Okay, in fact, to use R Studio you have to download R programming. So let me show the process very clearly. Like first, just say the Google like how to, or like make sure like download and install R programming. Okay, so I'm using Windows 10 version. You are maybe using Mac or Linux or any other version. Like you can try it out for your version. Okay, and make sure that you download the updated version. Okay, so like even if it is not updated, I think it is still okay. So I'm downloading R 4.02 for Windows. Okay, so yeah, you just need to click it out here. Like here you can see that it is both for 32 or 64-bit. Okay, like some PC configuration have 32, which is actually a little bit old, and most of the latest computer or the configuration are like 64. Okay, so it is both for 32 and 64, so you just need to click download. Okay, so the download has finished here, so just open it and click open and just click run, and let's see what happens. Just click yes and click OK. I'm using the English language. You can also use another language if you want, and just click next and select where you want to, that at which folder it will be the location or the destination. Okay, then click next. I think this looks okay. And like it is for 64-bit, so yeah, so you can click each option here. It shouldn't be any problem. If you want to avoid like 32, maybe your PC configuration is 64, so you can avoid 30 if you want, but it's nothing important, so just click next. And like are using do you want to use any customized setup? Like you can customize things, but yes, it is okay to select the default options. Okay, after that you can also customize in future, so no problem. And click next, and this is R, and just click next again. If you want to create a desktop shortcut, you can also click here, and you can avoid that if you want, and just click next again, and it is installing. Okay, so in my computer R is already installed, so it seems like it is installed again. I don't know last time the version was what, it may be 3.6 or something. Now it is like looks like 4.0.2. Okay, so after downloading our Windows, I will show you that how to download R Studio. Okay, R and R Studio both can be used to write the R program and run the program. Okay, so now let me open it. So here you can see the R is here. Now let me open the R console, and it will help us to write down the R code and run the R code. Okay, so there are different options, but in this course I already told you I will not use this. Okay, but if you still want to use this, you can use this, but there will be some problems, like you will download a lot of packages. It may take a lot of time, and some packages may not be available here in some cases, but most of them are available here. Okay, so now you can just write down the program. Like if you say 2 plus 2, let's say 2 plus 2, r can be used also as a calculator, so you'll get 4, right? Now if I want to define a variable, let's say x is equal to 5. Okay, now you should get If you click X, now you'll get 5. So here I am writing the code and I'm writing the output here. Okay, so 5 is the output here. You can see that is how you can write the code and run the code here. Okay, so in the class I will show that, but here you can just click file and click new script. So it is better if you write here and then you know run it here. So for example, if I write here that X is equal to C of, I'm creating a vector. You don't need to learn about this. I'm just trying to show it about this. Okay, so now if I want to run the code, if I want to run the run line for selection, okay, so you can see that it's working. Okay, there is a bracket missing, so yes, let me also provide the bracket. Okay, so you can still run it from here and write it here. Doesn't matter how big the code is, it is better to run it here, or it is better to write it here and then just click here with your mouse, and if you click Control R, it will directly run here, and also you can just right click of your mouse and you will get the option to run it. Okay, so that is how you can use the R console directly, but we will use another console named as to write the code named as RStudio. Okay, so now let me download RStudio. Before that, I want to show you that what is the difference between R and RStudio. Look what Google is saying. It's saying that R is a programming language used for statistical computing, while RStudio uses the R language. Okay, so RStudio is basically for writing the R language. Okay, so it's a part of R which will help you that to write the code more easily. Okay, that's it. And the interesting thing is that R may be used without RStudio. So to use R that I'm just showed, you do not need to download RStudio. But to use RStudio, you have to download R. Okay, so yeah, so now let us try to download the RStudio. Download RStudio. Okay, just click here and just download it directly, or the option choose your version. Okay, so now you can choose the version, so you will obviously use the free version. Okay, so RStudio desktop, yes, that is what we are looking for. It can be only used in desktop. I think R also can be written in Android application phone, but I don't want to go with that. So yeah, download RStudio for Windows. So I'm using this version. You can also check it out which version is suitable for your computer configuration. Okay, so make sure you check it out that. So now just click here. Now let the download finish. Okay, so now you can see that the RStudio downloaded, and let me open it. Just click yes. Now I just need to install it. Okay, that's what. Okay, so RStudio is currently running. That is what my computer is saying. So let me shut it down. Okay, then try it out again. I hope you can do the process now by yourself. Here I'm clicking it, just click yes, and then click next, and click install. And okay, it is already installed, so I have to skip it out. Okay, so yeah, after installation done, just open it, and then we will use RStudio for our class. Okay, now I'm not gonna show any kind of basic of RStudio, like how to write code on RStudio or any other things, but you can still check it out. And let me skip it somehow. Okay, I cannot skip it, I think. Let me try whether I can open it now or not. Okay, so let the download or let the installation process finish. Okay, so if I click finish to close setup, now it's a problem. It is installed again in my PC. So let me open the previous one. Okay, I'm opening the previous one. I hope that my database or the code still exists. Okay, so that was the previous one. Okay, so now you can see that is how you can write the code. Like you can see that there is a lot of code I have written here. Okay, so you have to write the code in that screen and run the code here. Okay, So like if I want to run a code, let's say I'm gonna run this and just clicking, or you can click here, just click run here. Also you can click Control R at your PC. Now you can see that the output you are getting here, like the sum of these three numbers is 190. Okay, so there are also two other screens here which is not necessary to know right now. In the class we will discuss about it. So yeah, thank you very much. Make sure you download R and R Studio. I know this video is a little bit longer, so yeah, I'm sorry for that. Thank you very much.